You know what? I'm just going to go out and say it. Woke ladies are disgusting creatures. They're literally dirty rodents. Here's why. Good evening and welcome back, normies against woke and everybody else. You probably won't be interested if you're not a normie because I'm going to slag off some woke, so let's get going. I want to describe to you an experience I had today. I was at the cafe earlier on just having a little cup of tea with a good friend of mine, and she was saying to me, "You're single, you got a lot going for you, why don't you try and get a girlfriend? There's tons of chicks around here, why don't you go and chat one of them up?" And I just made a little observation. I was like, "Friend, have a look round, slowly turn your head from left to right, 180 degrees, and just check out what is on offer here. I will explain to you why all of these people are psychotic woke fucking maniacs." And she was like, "How can you say that? You've not said a word to them, you've not met any of them, you're being overly judgmental." So I replied, "I'm not being overly judgmental for the sake of it. I'm actually defending myself from possible psychotic women. And how do I know they're psychotic? Well, I don't, but the signs are there that the risk is not worth taking. And those signs are these: ridiculous, short, permed, greasy hair, ridiculous, like millions of earrings of all different sizes and shapes and in a massive hoop, ring through the nose and like a tattoo on the face up here somewhere, and then just ridiculous non-matching clothes, like a 4-year-old colouring book was the person who dressed you this morning." And she said to this, "Well, I think you just need to lower your standards." And I was thinking, wow, if I lower my standards to this lot, I might as well just shag a fucking rat out of the sewer. I mean, seriously, it's not like I'm not interested in women. It's not like I haven't been single for ages, and if I meet the right woman, I'll be really interested. But it doesn't matter how much of a bad day I'm having, how low I feel. I'm never going to feel that low that I look at one of those weird troglodyte maniacs, these fucking woke lunatics, dressed like that, walking around like that, talking the way they do, and I'm never going to think that that's for me. It will just make me miserable. So actually, we walked out of the cafe, and I came home, and I thought, oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. When I made that point, there was not a single decent, normal-looking lady in the entire place that was my age, or that was available. So it actually proved the point to my friend, even though she didn't want to admit to it and didn't say anything. The fact is, I would have got a stream of WhatsApps and texts. She would have been trying to propagandise me had she thought there was any real chance of me taking it on. But ladies and gents and Pikachus, she knew. She knew because her eyes didn't lie. Even though the propaganda was in her head and she was trying to convince me, reality didn't agree with the theory. Looking around the room, when I asked her to, she couldn't locate one decent woman in there, and it was like dozens and dozens of people in there. And I said to her, "I'm not that weird, am I? I'm just a regular guy. I'm a regular guy with a regular income, with a regular house, I've got regular hobbies, I don't do anything weird, I'm not a crime boss, I don't break any laws, I don't go fighting people, I don't do anything extreme." And that's why these lot are not for me, because each one of these psychotic wokies is some kind of extremist. They just don't know it yet. When they're turning up with their placards to these protests and screaming at the BBC, demanding a ceasefire in Israel from the Met Police. Don't know why they demand it from the Met Police, like it's not the Met Police that are going to war with Hamas, it's fucking IDF guys, it's the Israel guys, which is fair enough. But it just made me think, thank God that there is other options, okay? Just, the conclusion of this is just remind yourself, if you're in a situation like that and you're surrounded by dodgy looking wokies, not everyone is like that. I know. I purposefully dress down when I go to that cafe. Like now, I'm dressed down. I don't wear anything that sticks out, I don't talk too loud, I don't want to draw attention to myself. Because when I go there, I'm well aware I'm in a dangerous, poisonous atmosphere. I don't want to be picked out by any of these psychos. And that's exactly why they're dressed like that, with the big, bright, colourful hair. You can spot them 200 metres away. So you can go, oh look, there's a friend, there's another wokie there, I'll go over there and hang out with that wokie. It's a physical echo chamber. And the whole point is to rub out any chance of an open mind, because you're surrounded by people who are going to agree and validate everything that you're told to think, that you currently think. And if you dare suggest anything new, or have any criticisms at all, you're evil, bad, racist, sexist, bigot. So that's the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, and Pikachus. You are not a racist, you are not a sexist, you are not a bigot, you just have good taste, okay? So stay away from these fucking woke lunatics and just bide your time. There's plenty of decent girls out there that don't look like that don't sound like that don't have more metal in their face than they got in both pockets. So just bide your time, don't lower your standards, and just let the wokies have each other. And we'll live happily ever after, because guess what? None of them want to get married, none of them want to have kids, and half of them are probably going to end up trans and gay anyway. So the chance of them reproducing is infinitesimally smaller than yours, even though yours might only be 10%. 10% is good compared to these people. So I hope that cheered you up a little bit, some factual data on the normies versus wokies and how normies by default are going to win. Just bide your time. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Oh no, did I upset you, diddums? Sorry not sorry. It needed to be said. Ridiculous hair, clothing, and faces full of metal are just fucking ugly. And we know this, so that's all. See you next time.